Welcome to Baugan Inglés 4.0, the radio show with Kyle Miller. Following class by class, step by step, the material of Baugan Inglés 4.0 on Aprende Inglés TV. Class 79. Let's go! Beginner. All right, welcome to Class 79. Getting things started, as always, como siempre, as always. Bueno, casi siempre. A veces tenemos emails o preguntas. Like we have questions. We have emails and questions from listeners sometimes. A veces, sometimes. But today, like we usually do, we will start directly with the review of the last class, Class 78. So yesterday, in the last class, we were talking about to do something like he does, or like she does. Do you walk like he walks? And what is important here is remembering the S in the third person singular. It's a very simple structure. It's a very simple concept, but it's a very important one. And it is a concept that I still hear mistakes with. Even with upper intermediate students, sometimes still make mistakes with this, and it bothers me when they do, because it's a very simple thing. In Spanish, you have to conjugate your verbs for every person. But here, all we have to do in the present is add the S in the third person singular. It's very simple, but you have to do it every time. You cannot make mistakes with this ever. You have to be 100% correct with this. So we will continue to practice. Do you walk like he walks? Give me an affirmative answer. Yes, I walk like he walks. Does she speak like I speak? Yes, she speaks like I speak. Do you drive like he drives? Yes, I drive like he drives. Do you play guitar like he plays guitar? Yes, I play guitar like he plays guitar. Do you think like I think? Yes, I think like you think. Does he eat like I eat? Yes, he eats like I eat. Do they run like we run? Yes, they run like we run. Does Alberto read like Richard reads? Yes, Alberto reads like Richard reads. Third person, third person. So the S on both. Now, we also saw yesterday the same structure in the negative. Do I speak Spanish like you speak Spanish? No, I don't speak Spanish like you speak Spanish. I don't. Do you speak English like I speak English? No, I don't speak English like you speak English, Kyle. No, I don't. Do you fight like Mike Tyson fights? No, I don't fight like Mike Tyson fights. Do you run like Carl Lewis runs? Carl Lewis. Do you run like Carl Lewis runs? No, I don't run like Carl Lewis runs. So with me and both out loud every time. Do you play tennis like Nadal plays tennis? No, I don't play tennis like Nadal plays tennis. Do you speak like Richard Brown speaks? No, I don't speak like Richard Brown speaks. Does he walk like his brother walks? No, he doesn't walk like his brother walks. He doesn't walk like his brother walks. Okay. Do you drive like Alonso drives? No, I don't drive like Alonso drives. Do you dress like Carly dresses? No, I don't dress like Carly dresses. Okay, very important. With the S, the third person singular, using the S every time, okay? Now it's time to move on to our word of the day.
Word of the day.
All right, yes, it is time for our word of the day. Our word of the day today is size. Size. S-I-Z-E. Tamaño or talla. So what size are your pants? My pants are bigger. My pants are bigger than they used to be, than they were before, because lately, over the Christmas holidays, I ate a lot of food, and my pants are feeling tighter, and I need to buy bigger pants because I'm gaining weight. So I have increased the size. Size. What size is it? We say, what size? Now, not a size, but what size is it? The size. Okay. Very good. Now, as we move on, we're talking about the word can. Can you? I can speak English. Can you speak English? Yes, I can speak English. Poder. El verbo poder. To be able to, we say. The infinitive, we say to be able to. To be able to do something, but in the first person, I can, you can, he can, okay? So, can you drive a car? Yes, I can drive a car. Can you fly an airplane? No, I can't fly an airplane. Okay? Can you drive a car or fly an airplane? Well, I can drive a car. Can you run 1 mile or 100 miles? I can run 1 mile. I can run. So listen to the intonation. I can run 1 mile. Actually, in the last class and the class before, I discussed the intonation. Notice how I say I can run 1 mile. I don't say I can run 1 mile. Here, I'm putting the emphasis on the subject or the main verb. I can run 1 mile. Can anyone run a mile? I can run a mile. There, the emphasis on the subject. I can run a mile. My brother can run a mile. I can run 1 mile. I can run 2 miles. There, the emphasis, the stress is on 1 mile, 2 miles. In the first case, I can run a mile. The stress is on the subject. But the stress does not fall on the word can. I don't say, I can run a mile. Unless, and I believe I mentioned this in the last class, if this is something abnormal, if no one can, or if most people can't do this thing, but I can, then I can put a stress on it. In this case, we could say, I can't beat Mike Tyson. Well, not very many people in the world can beat Mike Tyson. But maybe Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis can beat Mike Tyson. I can't beat Mike Tyson. Here, we expect that we can't. So we don't stress it. We don't stress the negative in this case because I can't beat Mike Tyson. Alberto Alonso can't beat Mike Tyson in a boxing match. Richard Vaughn can't beat Mike Tyson in a boxing match. Layla can't beat Mike Tyson. But probably Lennox Lewis can beat Mike Tyson. Here we're emphasizing can because it's a case that most people can't, but he can. So we say he can beat Mike Tyson. He can beat Mike Tyson. No one else can do it, but he can. He can do it. Lennox Lewis. Yes. So the intonation changes, and this is something that we do. Native speakers do this naturally. We change the intonation. But if it's something normal like I can bake a pie, I can't bake a pie. I can eat a sandwich. I can't eat a sandwich. A normal sentence like this, we would emphasize can't, but we don't emphasize can. And it's the same as numbers. I mentioned this a few days ago, how it's the same as the intonation of numbers, which is very important. The intonation and the difference between 17 and 70, 18, and 80. Here the intonation is very important. And with can and can't, that intonation is very important because without the intonation, we're relying on hearing that T, which can often be very subtle. And the comment is the complete opposite. I can do something, I can't do it. Well, the meaning is completely opposite. So in addition to just the pronunciation of the T, we put a stress. If it is surprising or abnormal, then we would put a stress on can or can't. Okay? So here, can you run one? Can you eat one sandwich or 50 sandwiches? I can eat I can eat one sandwich. I can't eat 50 sandwiches. I can eat one sandwich. I can eat one sandwich. Notice how the can is very soft. I can eat one sandwich. Here I'm comparing the number 1 or 50. I can eat one sandwich. I can't eat 50 sandwiches. Can you eat 50? No, I can't. I can't eat 50 sandwiches. I can eat one sandwich. Can you lift 10 kilograms or 1,000,000 kilograms? So answer this question. Can you lift 10 kilograms or 1,000,000 kilograms? I can lift 10 kilograms. I can lift 10 kilograms. Either 10 or 1,000,000. 10. So you stress the answer that is requested. Can you buy a Renault or a Rolls Royce? I can buy a Renault. Can you buy a Rolls Royce? No, I can't buy a Rolls Royce. I can buy a Renault. I can't buy a Rolls Royce. Can you sleep 7 hours a night or 16 hours a night? I can sleep 7 hours a night. I can't sleep 16 hours a night because I don't have time. Okay? So it's a question of intonation. Very important, the intonation.
Vocabulary of the day.
All right, it's time for the vocabulary of the day. How do you say, in English, allí or ahí? This you have to know. We covered this material about 50 classes ago. There. But at home, make sure you're not saying there. There. You have to stick your tongue out. Hay que sacar la lengua con ese sonido. There. Estos. These. Cosa. Thing. Aquellos. Those. Venir. To come. Now here we have the first 4 are all words with the TH sound. There, these, thing, and those. There and these and those all have the sound of the TH with the vocal cords activated. There, these, those. This, también, por ejemplo, this, that, these, those, with the vocal cords activated. This is one type of TH sound. Hay que sacar la lengua siempre con ese sonido. Also, thing. My mouth is in the same position, but this sound comes only from breathing out. Thing. Not thing. Eso no. The sound is in my mouth, not in my vocal cords. Okay? So there's a difference between a hard TH sound and a soft TH sound, whether the vocal cords are activated or not. And it's important, very important, to be able to pronounce these. But with both cases, we have to stick our tongue. You have to stick your tongue out. This, that, these, those. And then thing. I thought of 3 things. Repeat that with me. I thought of 3 things. The vocal cords are not activated. I'm not vibrating my vocal cords. He thought of 3 things. And then with my vocal cords activated, then their mother asked them. Then their mother asked them. We have the vocal cords activated. Okay? But in both cases, my tongue is out. Because if my tongue is inside my mouth, behind my teeth, I have a D sound. Den. And that doesn't work. Then, not den. Then. This, that, these, those. Not dis, dat, these, those. No. This, that, these, those. Okay? So be careful with the pronunciation here. It's very important. And these pronouns, this, that, these, those, these are so common. And the word the, so common, we say them hundreds of times. I say those words hundreds of times a day. So if I mispronounce each one every time, then I'm making hundreds of small pronunciation errors, and people will interpret my level of English as being lower. But if I pronounce them properly, those common words, if I say them perfectly every time, then people say, ooh, this guy speaks English very well. So it's worth practicing, especially because these words are so common, these very common pronouns, this, that, these, those. Okay, can you fly? No, I can't. Give me an answer. Can you eat 40 hamburgers in a day? No, I can't. I can't eat 40 hamburgers in a day. Can you play guitar like Clapton? No, I can't play guitar like Clapton. Can you drive like Fernando Alonso? No, I can't drive like Fernando Alonso. Can you afford a helicopter? Afford, permitirse el lujo de... No, I can't afford a helicopter. Okay? But can I continue for another 10 minutes? No, I can't. No, I can't because I'm out of time. But thank you so much for listening. We're going to take a break, and I'll be back with the intermediate portion of the class in about 4 minutes. See you then. Bye-bye.